Welcome, and thank you so much for clicking on my video. Today, we're going to be talking about the fact that is this some kind of crash? We are going to talk about that if we are going to see those, and we're going to talk about the 30-minute chart and what you can do for tomorrow as volatility was closing up above 10%. We do have that 85% chance for an update in the next two trading sessions. That update doesn't have to be some kind of recovery, so we will be paying attention to both directions in this area as that 2-hour chart is by the center line. I didn't have time today to put out the second standard deviation, but if you wanted a little trick to get that second standard deviation, I'm going to give you a very, very simple way if you are following these videos. As you can see, the closure of the price right here around 695.39 yesterday. If you draw a line down to the daily expected move and then you bring that down to the top side here being at that daily expected move, you will see that that is how you could measure out your own second standard deviation. I wanted to give that away, but we need to talk about some of the signals going on and get you guys updated daily expected moves because volatility has popped. Something that we were aware of yesterday was make sure to be cautious if that 2-hour chart curls down, because the daily chart does have somewhat of a form of divergence here, and the 2-hour chart was able to give us that confirmation, which told us there was something bad that could happen here, and we don't necessarily want to be bullish at the moment. So we have to see what goes on tomorrow with the possibility for VIX calling out an 85% chance for a bounce in this area to see if we get some kind of bearish roll. And we're going to talk about those signals right now. So I think the first thing we need to go over is you do have a confirmation of something a bit bearish. And now this is the type of signal that you can see that can lead you into negative territory, but make sure to stick around for volatility. Make sure to stick around for the Qs in a moment, because remember that the Qs did something very cheeky here that is suggesting you should be very patient for some bearish rolls, maybe even on the daily chart, to see if we're able to break down lower and then get some kind of roll to actually see some kind of upset starting in February. And we're going to talk about the shorter time frames on the SPY to start off here, but the daily signal here, the divergence was created. The divergence has confirmed, and we have to see if that is going to fail, because today the 2-hour confirmation to the upside to test the high, go make a new one. It tested the high and failed the overall move and has made a new low. Is this some form of big flagging at this point? Are we going to be able to turn that 2-hour chart up before we get to negative here? If we go into a deep negative trend, then it will be difficult to go into a positive one. So you want to see if things are able to resolve themselves now. So tomorrow we will be paying attention to the 30-minute. We will be paying attention to that bearish roll. But if this confirms to the upside, we could just be getting some kind of rip around kind of market, and it will be a good time to be trading like water. Move around those rocks, and now implied volatility has increased. You saw at the beginning that we did come outside of our 95% zone, that dotted line at the beginning of the video. That means that something unexpected did happen. The price action today was very unexpected by the options market, but notice that we came back into that by the end of the day. It is very likely that you are going to have to be patient and wait for those 30-minute rolls, and we're going to be paying attention to the 30-minute chart as of tomorrow. We see that you were able to go very negative. We were talking about this getting to that center line, coming down to that daily expected move and reacting to the upside. Never got the reaction, right? There was no confirmation from the 30-minute chart. So the charts here they never told you that we were going to test this high, go make a new one. Instead, they failed and kept going to that downward direction. We saw the 2-hour confirm down for the SPY, telling us, hey, be cautious with your upside play right now. And then we also saw the same thing from volatility we were paying attention to yesterday. So this is why you have the plan for if things go wrong, right? Because it keeps you from making some kind of decision. It keeps you from being bullish when a bearish thing is happening right in front of you. Now, this isn't necessarily bearish just yet. It is a pretty significant move as of right now, but we need to make sure to be patient and see if we get some kind of reaction to the upside that then does roll in the downward direction, really confirming, hey, we cannot go positive here, and we turn down. And we also will be paying attention to any kind of trick and trap down here with some kind of divergence to turn up that 2-hour chart. What you're looking for is the continuation of the 2-hour heading into negative territory, so you can get a good negative trend for the 2-hour. If you want this market to correct in some way, that's what you're going to have to see. With the daily divergence there and the 2-hour doing what it's doing right now, it's not looking pretty, but as the 2-hour is by that center line, you always want to be aware that this market can trick people a lot of the time. We are prepared for stuff like this, but tomorrow you will have a high implied volatility, 696.01 to the upside, 683.05 to the downside. We don't have to curl up this 30-minute, but what you would really like to do before you get bearish is see that 30-minute curl up, get up here and fail and give you the lower high, the significant lower high, because according to price action, we did take out the previous 30-minute low. So we would like a significant 30-minute lower high to really roll and tell us that we are going to test this low and go make a new one. So your daily expected moves could come in for tomorrow. The thing is, if we go to the upside too much, right? If we push through and we go to that daily expected move and this 30 minutes able to leak positive by the end of the day pretty significantly, then you want to be aware that this market could just be turning around. So in this area, right in here, we will be looking for a higher low if this is going to turn around. We will be looking for a divergence if this is going to turn around, but you want to be very cautious if we reject below that 5-day moving average, because that tells you that you are continuing to roll, and the bearish roll for the 30-minute could be the tipping point that sends you down to that weekly expected move. And if something happens that is unexpected again by the options market for the week, then you can go down to the weekly expected second standard deviation down towards the level of about 670. So it can get a little bit disruptive this week, but paying attention to the bearish roll, being very patient with it, and trading like water in this area is going to be very important. We can easily see this from the Qs. We actually get the daily expected moves, right? 625.02. We're going to do it a little bit backwards, 608.02 to the upside. And we're going to talk about the daily chart for the Qs here, because, this isn't necessarily a top look that you see very often. So you want to be very aware that markets can still turn around as long as the 2 hours within striking distance of just going positive. I mean, look at this time right here where it really looked like we were crashing down. We were going to roll. We took out all the lows, and we got that roll right on the 30-minute. But we were able to carve out the higher low on the 30-minute that we suggested to watch for. We're doing the same exact thing right over here. Using our 68% zone, though, we have a high amount of implied volatility. You can see these sellers are strong, but if this confirms up, is that in positive territory? Yes. Is that still above the previous low for the Qs? Yes, it is. So if we are going to see this market be able to build back, if we are going to see the bulls be able to take control, then the 2 hour will have to curl up into positive territory. So what bearish things are we looking for here? Well, the 30-minute chart, and we see where those sellers would be lurking. We really like this area here where that daily expected move is. Make sure to pay attention to the fact that the Q's positioning of the MACD is very deep here. It is going to be very difficult to go positive as it stands. So this tells us we should really be watching those sellers in this area, and we should be saying, hey, if we come up to this area and we roll that move, it is very likely to make a new low. It is very likely to test this low, go make a new one, and maybe head to that weekly expected move. I will be watching out for divergences and things like that as long as the 2 hour chart is within striking distance of that center line right here to go back to positive territory. I will be looking for higher lows on the 30-minute. I will be looking for divergences on the 30-minute that tell us if the 2 hour is about to get a reaction before we're able to significantly break this low. Let's talk about the daily chart here for just one moment. The really weird thing about the signals right now from the daily are everyone's shouting crash, and all the people who have been, saying crash for now 5 months are now celebrating because there is some kind of down day happening today. Don't celebrate too early, right? We can wait and be patient for the bearish roll. That has helped me way, way more often than not. The daily chart has crossed down here, but what do the signals suggest? Right? People drew this. They go, okay, there's a divergence here. Now there's a divergence here. Now there's a divergence here. Now there's a divergence here. The divergence has been violated here. That's all you need to know. You see that all these divergences were intact up to about this point. And even this is a slight violation, but this is a complete violation of all of these points. And that is very significant here, because now you're saying that this divergence is taking place all the way from end of October to the end of January. And I think that is something to pay attention to. It still can be significant. The market can do what the market wants to do, but I would just be cautious thinking that some kind of mega crash is coming, and pay attention to what actually helps you in your trading, which is if the 2 hour confirms up in this area by the center line, then you might want to wait a moment on that whole crash narrative, because that could go into positive territory and test this high and go make a new one. And if the 30-minute gives you the hint of a higher low or a 30-minute divergence down here, while that 2 hours by the center line, then this market still might turn around. So let's go check on volatility for a moment. Now, volatility, we wanted this reaction, right? We talked about getting some kind of reaction like this, but notice that we did make a new high. So is there danger of continuing the positive trend? According to, well, you don't necessarily want to do price action on the VIX, because it's a reading, but you could say that this is making new highs. So if the 2 hour is able to curl down here, that would be pretty bullish. That would be some form of, I would say, weirdly enough, with the closures of the bar, I would say lower high. But from this wick, you could potentially say things like double top. Because of the closures of these bars, you see that that would be a potential divergence actually at this point. That means that if this 2 hour confirms down, the daily chart will confirm down. And since that is by the center line, we actually could get a bullish squeeze. So that's why I'm really pointing out that we can do our homework on those shorter time frames. We don't have to give into that narrative that has been going on for months and months and months, when this could be a potential opportunity still. So the 30-minute chart is going to be critical for the VIX, because we do have that 85% chance for an up day in the SPY in the next 2 trading sessions. We have to take this with a grain of salt and say, hey, the 30-minute is very positive here. So even if we come down, we fool around, we get kind of a flat day, we come down to these type of areas and dink off of that 5-day moving average, if this is still in positive territory, you see by morning, we could be getting that next wave of volatility. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens here. The 30-minute is in a positive trend. What you would need to see from the 30-minute to say that that 2 hour is going to cross down, because that's what we really want to pay attention to, is a 30-minute lower high or some kind of 30-minute divergence. Maybe we do see some kind of 30-minute divergence like this by the end of the week. That would be a great hint that the 2 hour is going to cross down. And as the 2 hour would be creating those divergences, that would be a great hint that the daily chart is going to cross down. So all of these things are piling up. This is a lot of things to pay attention to while you are trading. I understand that. But if you can look at the market very simply on the SPY and just say, hey, if this is going to go bearish, then what has to happen here? Or what is most likely to happen here? What is the most probable thing to happen here? Well, the 2 hour chart most likely will not cross up. So I want to pay attention to anything that tells me that the 2 hour chart is not going to cross up by that center line. That means that for tomorrow, I would say that the most important thing is to watch for any kind of divergence, watch for any kind of lower high, and say, if this does reject too low, then we could make a divergence down here, but we could not. It could be the moment where we do see that major disruption. So what we would say is trading like water is the way to be here. If I see this go too positive, I want to be very hesitant on thinking this market is going to crash down, when that would be the signal overall failing. So in this area, I will be paying attention to a higher low. In this area down here, I will be paying attention to divergence, but I will not be thinking a divergence has to happen around this area if we reject off of that 5-day moving average. I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for subscribing. I'm going to try my best to do some kind of live show on Friday, because I have some people that wanted to ask some questions about that course that was on sale. So I left it up for this week if you want to go check it out. And if you turn those notifications on, you can join us for a potential live video. It really depends on how my 5-day-old baby does, but I will be doing my best to come out there. I will be doing my best to set aside some time for a morning live stream, so make sure you have those notifications on. I thank you guys for watching. Make sure that we are trading like water out there. The 2 hour was able to confirm down, and that was our risky thing. The 2 hour was able to confirm up for VIX. That was our risky thing. So this move should not be beating you up too bad, unless you were making a decision that the 30-minute was going to cross up before the 30-minute actually did confirm, because wow, what a dump to that 95% line. Have a great day, guys. Have a great night, and I will speak with you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.